looking down the barrel of what is probably going to be the most significant rain event for Queensland and northeastern New South Wales so far this summer.
Through southeast Queensland, the falls have really been coming down hard. In fact, the Brisbane area, the airport saw around 11 millimetres in just 10 minutes, and the northern suburbs saw upwards of around 200 millimetres.
Here on the Gold Coast, floodwaters have caused major problems. We've got road closures around Robina, some schools have been evacuated and people have been cut off from their homes.
Many pictures coming out of southeast Queensland and also northeast New South Wales. There is just water absolutely everywhere, quite a dangerous situation.
Classic La Nina weather through northern and eastern Australia this week. We've had heavy rain and flooding. It's not over yet too. Even though the rain did ease over southeast Queensland yesterday, there's more heavy rain on the way for the next week.
This is a real threat, isn't it, for inland communities, because we are expecting a lot more rain over the next few days.
Over the past 48 hours, the heaviest falls have been across the border in northern New South Wales. Tamworth and Moree, they've both picked up over 150 millimetres.
The band of rainfall that's been affecting areas of Queensland and northern New South Wales has been over the same area for the last few days.
Further south over Augathella, Carnarvon, Mitchell, where we do have those major floodwaters at the moment. In fact, at Mitchell, the highest levels recorded and beating that 1956 mark of 9.26 metres. Just extraordinary.
Well, Narrabri's had its heaviest rainfall in 8 years over the past 48 hours, 161 millimetres into the rain gauge at Narrabri West. Moree hit with close to 160 millimetres of rain.
Everyone is exhausted, mentally and physically. Taking your favourite furniture outside and dumping it on the gutter for it to be picked up and taken to the tip, you know, soul-destroying hard work. Country people aren't frightened of hard work, but when you're throwing away your favourite possessions, it's pretty tough.
What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Now I am on fire.
So across southern Queensland and northern New South Wales are being devastated by some of the worst flooding in decades.
The entire town of St George has now been evacuated, so that's over 3,000 residents. That's the largest evacuation in the state's history.
Look at the last 7 days, look at that trail of rain of 200 millimetres plus all the way down through Queensland into northeast New South Wales.
An anxious wait for residents of St George tonight, with the Ballon River expected to peak over the 14-metre mark, but there's been huge damage to property and infrastructure in Queensland's southern inland town of Mitchell.
I believe you, liar.
The actual heavy rain has certainly ceased for the time being, but flood peaks will be travelling down the rivers now for some time, and in fact several weeks in some areas. These inland rivers drain very slowly, so even though the heavy rain has stopped, the flooding is going to be an issue for a long time yet.